Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. This is a Let's Build video. For everyone that's new, Let's Build videos, I take a model kit and I put it together. This is to help everyone that struggles with the instructions or that looks at a kit and goes, oh, where do I start, what do I do? It's also a visual aid for someone that's looking at the kit for the first time. For all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. So what am I putting together today? I'm putting together Seekers of Slaanesh. They're basically mounted demonettes. Absolutely, let's have a look at this sculpt. Absolutely, look at that. That's absolutely amazing. Some amazing contrast paint on there. Let's have a look. Oh, anyway. So what do we need to start with? As always, tools for the job: clippers, scraper. Now you can use a scalpel or hobby knife or something like that, but I use a scraper and sanding sponge. But this one's had a bit, and there's still a bit of on there. No, I'm going to go a fresh one because that's a bit wanting. But you can get these from most building shops, hardware shops. I think I got this from a pound shop. So I'm going to get some more sanding sponge off. That's what it should look like, and that's what mine looks like. It's worn. I'm going to cut some more of this off, and then we'll get started. I also forgot, it's plastic kit, so plastic glue. Now, as always, we look at a kit to start off with. What can we identify? Well, there's the demonette bodies straight away. Okay, there's the heads. Now, this one is the champion of the unit, or the sergeant of the unit, if it actually focuses in on me. There's the Seeker body. There's the sergeant or the champion's arms, because this is a dual kit. It could be used for games of 40k or games of fantasy. I'm actually putting them together for games of 40k. So not the start of the Daemon Army 40k, but a good unit to add to it. There's demonette arms. Now these funny little things actually on the side of the demonettes, the Seeker's heads, just in that little gap there. The musician arm, standard arm. And here's the other sprue, which again, two more Seekers, standard. That goes with that one. Look, it's an amazing standard. Just bits and pieces, really, just nice bits and pieces. The first thing we're going to do, we'll start with this sprue here. We're going to take off a Seeker body. So these are not in any particular order, from what I can see. We're going to take, let's get the champion done, the sergeant or the champion of the unit, whatever she's called, I can't remember now. Lores, I think she's called. Let's get the feet off. It's probably going to be this really simple build together. So I do remember putting the plastic demonettes together and before, and they were very, very, very simple. Most bits were very universal between each other. Didn't have to think about what goes with what and who goes with what. Right, so that's basically one Seeker. So basically how these go is, I should put that on the right side. So just clean that down, but that should slot into there. Oh, please don't tell me the Pacific body legs and bodies. Yeah, I had it upside down. So that goes in there. Yeah. This one goes in there. And obviously that then goes on the base. I need to get a body. Find a body. No point having a demonette on there with no body, is there? Which one are we going to go for? Oh, we'll just go for the center one here. Let's keep It's nice and simple. I'll bring you and show the bodies in a sec. This is, as I was just saying about the demonettes when I was putting them together. Here's what they've done. They have the shoulders on there already, so that the arms are universal on either piece, either side. So it doesn't matter if I put this arm on this side, yeah, or if I put it on that side. It's the same, which is actually makes things a hell of a lot easier for us. So I'm going to clean this down. I think I should glue the legs to the body first, and leave this right, then glue them in. I'm going to clean all this down and come back to you then. Right, so I've cleaned all those bits. I'm just going to put this demonette together so you can see. Let's glue in the head there. Stand up. Head. Just a little knobble bit that just sits in there. And hold it together off camera. But what I'm going to do is actually glue all these together, because I thought there was little knobble bits at the bottom to glue them into the base, but there isn't. So I'm going to glue all the seekers together first. There's 4 done. I was checking out the legs as I was going along. The legs do not appear to be universal. As in, this here was where the body of one seeker, one beast was, and there were the legs. Here's the last one. There's the legs. Okay, and there's 3 different sprues, and that's the same with every sprue. So you have the beast and the legs, the beast and the legs. Okay. Obviously dry fit before you glue, just to make sure that you've actually got the right legs, but it's not. I mean, they're not numbered. These kits are that old, they're not numbered. There's no numbers on them at all. Back in the day, this is how they used to arrive into us, with no numbers. You just would look at them and try and figure out how they go. But this is very straightforward. Very, very straightforward. I might actually even super glue the beast to the base with super glue, because sorry, glue them to the base with super glue, because I think holding a plastic glue on some of them, especially on this guy, he's only got 1 foot that's going to go on the base. So holding with super glue is going to be a bit of a with plastic glue. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare trying to balance them until the glue holds. It's all right with heads and stuff. I mean, the heads are still going to be a bit annoying as well, because that's what they are. But anyway, that's how simple that is. How simple it is. Obviously, I haven't cleaned it yet, but it just slots in there. The other one slots in here. So it needs to clean down, but no, is that the wrong one? No, sorry, that way. Yeah, it needs to clean down, but that's where it goes. I'll say with these guys as well, this is the most annoying part. See the mould line straight down the middle? That's the most annoying part with them. It comes off pretty straightforward, but again, on the top here, look, along the scales, it's a little bit annoying. This one isn't too bad, but for the likes of like this guy, yeah, it is annoying. But anyway, I'm going to clean this last one down and glue the legs into them. This is the best way to do them. Glue the seekers together first, and then get the demonettes together. Because you're probably better off, if I have that base, getting this glued to the base first. Okay, getting her assembled separately, and then she just sits on there. Very easy. So you're better off getting them all assembled separately first and then put them together. So I'm going to clean this guy down and I'll come back to you then. Alright, so as you can see, I've super glued this one to the base. Yeah, I'm using a paint pot to prop him up. So as the glue dries, it should stay in position. There's just not gonna. Some of them are just absolute nightmare to do. So I don't know if they'll stand freestand on their own. I mean, they won't stand on their own, but I don't know. This should be fine. And these guys are 1 foot on the ground. This is going to be a pain to hold up. So what I do is try and figure this out. I'd imagine this paint pot would be. No, it's not even going to be. I'm going to have to hold this one. Right, so there we have it. 5, 6 goes to the base. Now, I'm going to come clean at this point. These two are done with super glue. This one here would not. Is it this one? No, sorry, this one here. Both these two actually wouldn't glue with the super glue. It would not hold the weight long enough for them to sit. I mean, I could sit here for an hour holding it, but I'm not that patient. So I went straight over, whacked the hot glue gun on, and just hot glued them to their bases. Okay. See the hot glue there? Just hot glue them to the base. Done in minutes. Because they're actually really, really annoying me. Sitting there trying to hold them, and it just, as soon as I went to put them down, they come off from the base. Yeah. I said, no messing around, straight to hot glue. So I can't hot glue the Daemonettes because their joins are just totally different. I mean, I only hot glued them because they're on the base. I don't know, it might be the super glue. Super glue might be on its way out anyway. I don't know, I'm going to glue her arms on. Okay, I'll come back to you then. There she is. Now I'm just going straight on, nice and easy. Now what I'm going to do is drop a bit of super glue on the back side. And I'm going to put her on. This one, is it? Should I go for this one? Yeah, on this one. Just as you sit on there. There's no glue on that one. No, we're not going to go on that one then. We're going to go on the first one. Yeah, on the first one. There she is. I don't think that she's not even sitting straight. What am I doing here? Well, let me just drop a bit of glue into the saddle there. Now let's put her on there. So literally just. No, she doesn't want to go in there. Of course she don't. So literally just. See, I don't think they're meant to sit actually in the saddle. I think they're meant to be lurking forward, ready to pounce on their next victims. So either that or I've got the arms a bit bandy. Now she's stuck, still come off. Okay, so she's on there now. That's it. She's done. But I think I'm not sure if they're meant to sit in the saddle or if they're meant to lean forward. Let me have a look at the artwork actually in the box. Oh no, they are meant to sit in the saddle. They are meant to be sitting in the saddle there. Doesn't matter. She's on there. She's on there and she won't come off. Doesn't matter. So now I have to start clipping off the other Daemonettes and clean them. Now I would suggest what I'm probably going to do, because we still have the all these different parts to put onto the side of the Seeker's faces. I'm not going to do them now. I'm going to leave them to dry on their bases and then do them. What I would suggest is take one Daemonette, one head, and then one doesn't. It doesn't have to be the musician, but I would make one as the musician, and then one as a standard. And from there, there's a standard done, by the way. That one goes in, and then this bit goes into that. So you'd have to glue this onto there, and then when I strike, then glue that into the arm. But yeah, I'd make one into a standard, just the champion slash sergeant, Allures I think she's called. One into musician, one into a standard, and the rest is just normal guys, which is and their arms are universal, doesn't matter what side they go on. Do not use these big ones again. These are just for the Allures, but these are handy to keep hold of for your Chaos Space Marine champions and Chaos Space Marine models, if you want to make them look a bit Slaaneshy. Same as the heads. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heads with 4 bodies. So you could easily just give them, say, these 3 in the horns or these 3 in the hair, and then put the other 4 on top of Chaos Space Marine heads. You know, it's entirely up to you, but I'm going to clip the first body off and start working away on the musician. Right, so the standards together. I had to revise the way that I'm doing these. I'm taking the body off, taking the head off, taking the arms and gluing them together and all that. And it's working. It's just a bit of a pain in the backside to sit there and hold the bundle till it's dry. Or till it's like dry enough to move to the next piece. Here's the best way to do them. Take all the bodies off. You clean all the bodies down. Then you take one head off. Clean that down. Glue that to the first one. Okay. Then you take the second head off. Glue that to the second one. And then do the third one the same. So then what happens is, by the time you get to the third one, the first one is dry enough so it's, you can move to the next stage, which would be, the first arm. You glue that on all the way through, and then you go back and get the second arm and glue that on the way through. Then glue each one to the bases. That's the way I should be doing them. So you have to actually, after doing the first 2, I thought, actually no, I should do the bodies first and then do what I've just said. But so that's what I'm going to do now. I don't need to show you this. This is very, very straightforward. Okay. Heads go in there, arms go on either side. So simple. Then I'm going to crack on. Right, so you can see, glued the arms on, glued them to the seekers. There's 2 things I've messed up on, really. The first thing is there's some casting lines on the tongues. You can see it on this, if it focuses in. There is a little casting line in the middle of the tongue there. It just means I have to go over it when it's dry. Believe me, this one's dry, and this is the other thing I forgot. They have like little things coming outside their head, like spikes and stuff like that. And by the looks of it, they're not universal. So what I should have done when I put the seeker, when I cleaned the seeker off, I should have took the bits off that go on the side of their face and glued them on first, and then glued them to the base. So I'm literally going to have to go through now and find all these different, and they're all different shapes and sizes. Yeah, there's some more. There's some more there. Just go through and just line up what goes with what. Which is a pain in the backside. Again, I can't say to you this number and that number because there is no numbers. There is no numbers on these sprues whatsoever, because these are the old style sprues. So this is going to be the joy of the next probably 2 hours. No, I'm messing. It's probably going to be about half an hour or so, just going through and just lining up what goes with what. I'm going to sort that out, glue them on, and come back to you then. Right, that's a pain in the ass. I've got 2 of them on, 2 of them on spikes, and you see one there. I dare not touch it because they're a nightmare to get in. The other one is the one here. Now, what I should have done when I glued the first seeker together, not the Daemon Act, just the seeker itself, I should have then glued the horns on, and then glued the bordle to the base, and then glued the seeker together, the Daemon Act together, and gone through each one. The problem is, the instructions don't tell you that. Okay, I'll show you what instructions I'm working with now. So if you got a new box of these, it should say number this, number that, blah 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 blah. Yeah. And because I've got the old instructions and the old way of putting them together, because it's a very old box, when I do eventually get a new box for these, I'll redo them again and show you the numbers and everything else. It's been a bit of a disaster actually with this. For a model kit that started off very easy, it's turned into an absolute nightmare. I have had to go to super glue, from plastic to super glue for the arms, which I totally forgot how annoying Daemon arms are. I mean, they do go on, and they are universal, so it's absolutely fantastic. You have to worry about if this is a left arm or if this is a right arm. You know, it is fantastic in that way. But just the only exception is the standard arm and the musician arm. Okay, they are fixed on that side, which is fine. Apart from that, just a few silly casting lines that I missed on the tongues. I mean, there's a few of them has a little line just across the forehead there that I noticed now. But again, that's not a big issue because I always give my models a quick sand over before I spray them down anyway. Especially if there's things that I've missed. The bolt guns are usually the top of the cream. So here's the instructions to give you an idea of what I'm working with. Okay, just tells you the components. I say put the first one together. There's no numbers, this number, that number. Yeah. Do this bit first, then this bit, then this bit. There's none of that. It's just these are all the bits. This is how they go together. Okay. Obviously the banner arm's optional. That's it. That's how that's the instructions I have. So I'm not going to glue the horns on. There's too much of trying to figure out which one goes with which, and then trying to get it in. Let me just show you what I'm working there. That is the space that I'm working with. So it should have been done before I glued into the base. But you know, look, when you look at them, you're not going to see the side bits. Someone that's used to fighting demons will notice them, but normal people, other people won't notice them at all. But I said the box I get of these, a newer box, will have this number, that number, and it'll be a lot more straightforward, and I'll redo them then. So as if you enjoyed this video, had a laugh at my expense, found it helpful in any way, please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next time. I'll show you some pretty pictures now, but I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.